Okay, I'll start again. I want to talk about the shutdown because everybody in Washington is talking about it because a lot of jobs, are people will get furloughed. But it's so funny. They're going to get the money back. Everything that they're stopping, they're going to pay later. So the chances of you getting hurt by this are pretty slim, but you never know. And the way to find out really is call your elected official. It's these people that caused it. So they caused it. So they have to be responsible for it. Okay. So if you call this number 202-224-3121. Okay. Now that is what's called the Capitol Hill switchboard. And all you have to do is give your address and they'll hook you up. You have two senators to call and one congressperson. Okay. So you could call all three to try to get the answer. And they're the real answer. See, if you go on the internet and so you're going to get secondhand stuff. So the people who caused the problem always go to the source. You want to talk to the horse's mouth. And that's how to do it. And we live in a democracy, so you can. You have as much right to call these people as you do if you're the head of Google. Or General Motors or anything like that, any fat cat, and what they're arguing about is really just 6% of the budget. Okay, that's all they could play with. They're just arguing what to do with 6% of the budget. Okay, the budget is over $6 trillion. I don't know what a trillion is. You don't know what a trillion is. It doesn't matter. You just know it's a shitload of money, right? But of that trillion, listen to this, $6 trillion, $3 trillion, and they estimate about 2.9 trillion now, goes for government grants. So half of us, the budget is going to individuals in grant money. That's what I'm trying to educate people about. I mean, we have $3 trillion going to individuals out there that most individuals have no idea about. But on this, now there are some places that will get hurt. One is, particularly for lower income people, is the clinics that are subsidized by government programs. There are about 14,000 clinics, I think, or no, 1,400, 1,100 in Washington. What the hell's another zero or two? We don't care about that stuff. And so there's 1,400 clinics, that help people. Now at these clinics, at these 1,400 clinics, you could go if you're undocumented, you could go if you're uninsured. It's a sliding scale. So if you have some money, they'll probably want some from you. And if you don't, they'll do it for free. So this is a very important thing to know about. And there are other clinics besides the federal supplied one, the federal ones. So in the next 3 days, they may have to stop or cut back or something like that, because this is they're talking about going into on Saturday. Saturday is the drop dead day, and if they don't make agree on something, they're going to close it down. But the people hurt more the people that are working in Washington, and they won't be hurt. They'll just probably get a vacation because when they go back, they'll get the back pay. It is crazy. So that's why it's not anything about real problems. It's politics, and people want to do. I mean, it's sort of like me dressing like an idiot and trying to get your attention so I could educate you. That's what they're doing. They're making idiots out of themselves so they could get your attention. and their issues that they're worried about. So we all have to be worried about them too, because they're worried about them. So that's the other thing. Okay, how do you find that health care if you can't go into a local healthcare clinic? Go to Needy, Needy, Meds, MEDS, and then they have a consumer tab on there for savings, healthcare savings, and you could search for other free and low-cost clinics in your area by going to needymeds.org. Now, that's also a great website for finding healthcare information about mental health care, dental health care, also for finding scholarships or to go study to become a healthcare professional. You need transportation to go see a doctor, and that's available there too. What the heck else? I mean, they have also, what they have is a wonderful database of nonprofit organizations that give grants to people with certain conditions. So maybe you need eye surgery and you can't afford it. Okay. So you look in their database, that's needymeds.org, and for information about eye. I mean, they have all the list of diseases, which is like there's 1,300 of those things too, to find organizations. You have heart problems, and as a result, you can't work or whatever, and you need financial assistance because you can't go back to work. There's programs there, grant money from nonprofit organizations that will help you. And you have to apply and go through all that, but they're real programs. And that's why if you don't go to Google, please. That's why you only want to see things that are .org or .gov. Okay. And that's why. And then when you want to get a grant, actually, the first thing to do is to go to chat.openai.com and put grant for whatever that is, grant for that. And they'll tell you the kinds of organizations that give out the grants, not the people who are going to sell you something to tell you about those organizations like me. But there's people who charge thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, or they're trying to say, oh, you don't need a grant, you need this. And then they're going to make a shitload of money out of what they get you. And it's going to cost you money. Remember, using Google means it's going to cost you money. Okay, so that's why that's the last place you want to go if you don't have money. But it's the first place most people go because they don't know where else to go. So now there's other things. One is one of the artificial intelligence, because they're search engines, they're Googles. They're just like Google, but everything they get from you is are real things. They're not selling you anything, nothing, and there's no scammers in there too, because this is like a term paper on the subject. So like if a professional did a term paper, if I did one, I mean, I look at those things, the ones that I know, and shit, that's pretty good. That's a little screwed up and messed up, and sure, it's easy. And that's important that you know that. You have to know how to use this system to be able to take advantage of it. And if you're just using Google, you're getting screwed by it again. Just like everything else in the system, if you don't know what's beneath or behind the curtain, you're getting screwed. So you got, and you can't beat them. You just don't join them, and you look for an alternative, and that's the important thing. And there are alternatives. Okay, so the main thing is about the government shutdown. Is it going to affect you? Probably not. But if you're worried about it, you call that number 202-224-3121. That's called the Capitol Hill Switchboard. You could get connected to your congressman or senator. So you have three options there: 2 senators, 1 congressman, and tell them, hey, I'm worried. My Social Security, am I going to get that? You will. Actually, see, all those programs are covered no matter what happens. Yeah. And so it's not a problem for most things. Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, and that's the big budget. So they're all okay. So it's important, if you're worried about it, to get rid of your worries. Don't go to the Google and try to find something, because it'll just make you worry more so they can get money from you. That's how you sell money. You make people worry. You're going to die if you don't know about this, so you better give me money. That's called American marketing. So just be careful out there. Just stay away from anything that's .com. and just stay on .org, O-R-G, for organization. That means it's a nonprofit organization, that they're more worried about you than they are them. Yeah, .coms, it's me first, baby. I'm going to get as much money as I legally can. And that's what the other thing is that what's amazing about our society is immoral. It doesn't matter. It could be immoral as long as it's legal, baby. Man, I could rip the hell out of you. And that's not a nice way to play, is it? Who wants to play with those people? Okay. Anyway, make sure you have that number for anything. That's the way to find out more help. And really, the Congress to me is a lot of people, because they hear me talking about it, call your congressman. I called all my elected officials and it didn't work. Well, most things you do don't work. That's why you have to have a lot of places to do. But I think the best thing to do, use the elected officials when other things don't work. And also, every elected official has different capabilities, different staff people. You're not going to get the elected official. He's out trying to get money out of other people's pockets. So he could run again, or she. And so that's what you get. And they have limited skills or whatever. So that's why it's great to call a bunch. Because a bunch, maybe you'll get something. And that's still a maybe. That's what life is, about maybes. But it's a never if you don't try. Okay. So the key is to just try, man, because you got nothing else to lose and everything to gain. And that's why we're here. And by the way, what's the date today? 28th. The free computer ends on the 30th. So apply for our free laptop computer. And we have a new deadline for the $60,000 grant for October is coming up. So that deadline is the 4th. We just announced the deadline, the winners for the grant on September 4th. So the $60,000 were given out for this September. The names are up, and check if you're there, and send Magic Mary an email telling you how to get paid with your what's everything DMV, right? Everything we like to pay on PayPal. It's easiest for us, or we'll send you a check. And then the other thing is on, what do you call it? Our home repair grant. We got $15,000, and that's on the 20th of the month. And we're working on no, that's the card grant. Oh, geez, what do I know? I'm old and forgetful. I got holes in my brain. Look back there. You see stuff falling out back there? I swear I must have holes back there. Things are falling out of my brain. Like people's names. Woo! Even, like famous people that I just can't recall their bloody names. But I'm still helping, and I want to help you. That's all. That's the most exciting thing I have. Besides that lady who's in the other room, okay? So let me help you as much as I possibly can while we're still here, and get some chuckles together, because life is shitty. So you might as well have fun. You're not going to change life. Just trying to make it a little bit better for you and other people. So help other people in the group. That's, to me, I think the power of what we have here is other people helping people, because you've applied for something or know about something, or just a word of encouragement. See the chats or whatever, and respond to people, give them a little encouragement. We all need it. Even me. That's what this lady does. Okay. Shh.
It's nice.